I thought I knew everything about us, about the steady rhythm of my life, the quiet stability I clung to every day. I was a woman who had built her world carefully, a successful career in something I loved, a marriage rooted in comfort rather than passion, and a close-knit circle of friends who'd been with me through thick and thin. I cherished the simplicity of it, the assurance that I knew where I stood and who I was. But all of that shattered the moment I saw him, that unmistakable flash of longing in Marcus's eyes as he looked at me during that weekend trip, when I knew, deep down, I was about to stumble into something forbidden, something that would threaten to undo everything I thought I knew about love. It started innocently enough. Marcus was my best friend's brother, a handsome, confident man, freshly divorced, with a kind smile and a gaze that was both familiar and dangerous. I had always thought of him as off-limits, a barrier I couldn't cross. He was twice my age after all, and I was married, committed to my life and the vows I had taken. Yet as the weekend wore on, an electric tension simmered beneath every touch and every shared glance. When we were left alone in that small lakeside cabin, away from the world's prying eyes, the air between us shifted. Our accidental brush of hands sparked a jolt that ran through my whole body. His fingertips lingered on mine longer than they should have, his gaze holding mine with a hunger I couldn't explain. I felt my cheeks flush, my breath hitching, as if I'd been caught in a forbidden secret. That night I lay awake, the sound of the wind whistling through the open window, carrying his scent, a mixture of cedar and something darker, more intoxicating. I knew then that I was crossing a line, inching toward a danger I couldn't undo. Still, I was drawn in, captivated by the thrill of what might be. It was reckless, I knew, and yet I couldn't help but want to see where this could go. I kept telling myself it was just an illusion, a fleeting desire, but that was a lie. I craved him, every part of him, and I knew that in my bones. If this confession has you holding your breath and wondering what's next, hit like and share, because you will not believe what happens next. The days that followed were a whirlwind. Every stolen glance felt like a secret unearthed. Every touch a dangerous promise. I started to notice how his voice softened when he spoke to me, how he'd subtly brush my arm when passing by, as if testing the waters. I felt the metallic taste of nerves on my tongue as I fought with my own guilt, my heart pounding every time he was near. My mind kept racing. Should I pull away? Should I act on this forbidden craving? And yet there was a part of me that whispered, just a little longer, just a little deeper. These moments with him became my secret refuge, even as I knew they could ruin everything I had built. One evening, as we sat by the fire, sharing a bottle of wine under the stars, our hands touched again, this time intentionally. The contact sent a jolt straight to my core. I looked into his eyes and saw a reflection of my own longing, an unspoken acknowledgement that this was wrong, but impossible to deny. My heart fluttered wildly, and I felt the weight of the world pressing down on me. I wanted to push him away, to run back to my safe life, but my feet were rooted in place. That moment stretched between us, fragile as glass, yet dangerous as a live wire. I wondered how long I could keep this hidden, how much longer I could pretend that the ache in my chest wasn't real. And just when I thought I might crack under the pressure, someone unexpected entered the scene. Lena, my new tenant, a young woman with a mysterious air and a piercing gaze that seemed to see right through me. She was new in town, and I had only just met her, but something about her presence made me feel less alone, less trapped in my conflicted world. She was the kind of person who noticed the cracks in a person's armor, who dared to ask the right questions. Slowly, I found myself confiding in her, revealing bits of my hidden turmoil about Marcus, about my marriage, about a part of me that longed for passion and freedom. Her understanding was a balm, an unexpected ally in my turbulent storm. If you're feeling the tension and the pull of this forbidden connection, stay with me, because I promise the next moments will change everything. One night, under the cover of darkness, I received a message from Marcus, a simple text that shattered the delicate facade I'd been holding together. It read, "I can't keep lying to you. I've been with her for months." My world tilted on its axis as I stared at the screen, my fingers trembling. The betrayal cut deep, sharper than any blade. I poured my anguish into tears that burned my eyes, the salty sting a cruel reminder of how close I was to losing myself. I walked through my lonely house, the echo of my footsteps hollow and deafening. My mind raced with fury, jealousy, pain. How could he, after all we shared? How could I have fallen so hard, so fast? I was drowning in grief, but amid the storm of emotion, Lena appeared as a quiet beacon of support. She held my hand, her eyes kind, her voice gentle as she said, "You deserve better than this pain." The more I delved into my heartbreak, the more I realized that my feelings for Marcus hadn't simply faded. They had morphed into something more complex, more dangerous. I was entangled in a web of longing I couldn't unweave. Yet, amid the chaos, I discovered a surprising truth. I was stronger than I believed. I had to choose whether to stay trapped in the shadows of betrayal or step into the light of my own worth. My nights grew restless, my days filled with a mixture of hope and despair. Every glance at Marcus's number on my phone was a battle. Should I reach out? Should I tell him I still felt something despite everything? The forbidden nature of this love made it all the more addictive, like a slow-burning ember that refused to die out. And then, just when I thought I might give in and confess everything, Lena leaned in closer one afternoon, whispering, "Sometimes love finds us when we least expect it, when we stop searching, when we finally accept our true feelings." Her words settled deep inside me, igniting a flicker of courage. I realized that I didn't need to hide anymore, that I deserved a chance at happiness, even if it was with someone I never saw coming, a risk worth taking. That's when I decided to face my fears and confront what truly mattered. I took a deep breath, the scent of rain on the breeze mixing with my rising hope, and made a choice. If you crave more raw, emotional confessions like this, please like, share, and subscribe. Your next chapter awaits.